Good morning. Happy Thursday. T's not here. She's out on her parents, so I don't have to worry about being quiet. So we've been talking about setting up patterns so that we ingrain these success rituals into our body. You know, if you wanted to be in shape for the rest of your life, you wouldn't get up, work out once, and then be done. You would figure out a pattern to work out for the rest of your life. And the same is true conditioning yourself for success. It's not something that you go and do for a short period of time and then you're done. It's something that you do every day. It's something that you do constantly and consistently and with a great degree of intensity. And that is how you condition yourself for success in every way for the rest of your life. So this is, and it's going to be backwards, but that's from the book Limitless. And this comes, This comes from a research project that was done at Emory University. And on the top it says words, behavior, and it's an iceberg. And then underneath it says meaning, beliefs, and values. And this was a study that was done in the psychotherapy program at Emory University in Behavioral Sciences Medicine. And here's what they came to say. And this is right out of Think and Grow Rich. This is right out of Tony Robbins' book, especially Awaken the Giant Within. The voice in your head that judges you, doubts you, belittles you, and constantly tells you that you are not good enough. It says negative, hurtful things to you, things that you would never, ever dream of saying to anyone else, such as, I'm such an idiot, I'm a phony, I never do anything right, I will never succeed. The inner circle isn't harmless. It inhibits you, limits you, and stops you from pursuing the life you truly want to live. It robs you of peace of mind and emotional well-being, and if left unchecked long enough, it can even lead to serious mental health problems like depression and anxiety. Whatever you focus on becomes what you believe. Whatever you believe becomes the reality. You know, remember, even Einstein said that scientifically speaking, the vibrations that we create in our body through thought manifest themselves into actual reality. You know, thoughts become things. I mean, you can even take this further and go into Ayurveda, you know, that we're not human beings having a spiritual experience, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And if that's true, then the thoughts that we have create the reality that is around us. So those inner thoughts that you put into your head every day manifest themselves into your reality in every fashion. Financial, how you look, your overall health. Studies now show that optimistic people are much more successful. They have much fewer health problems. They live longer. They have better relationships. Now, is that because that they're using better patterns? No, it's just because the vibrations that they put into their body manifest themselves into different things. If your thoughts are constantly negative, then that's the world that you will create. It's also the body that you will create. Negativity and negative thoughts and focusing on what you don't want is now shown to create negative outcomes health-wise, in addition to negative outcomes in your life. So what we need to do, as we've talked about, is every day we need to upload our goals, where we want to go, but then we have to remember that we've got to consistently focus on these things, and the more you do it, the more it becomes a habit, the more it becomes a ritual. But at first, it takes effort, and it takes conscious effort and energy. And by the way, this is like creating a record. So the more intensity you use when you do this, the deeper the groove in the record and the more it's going to stay there and longer. So when you look at your goals and you look at your vision statement, it's one thing to read them, but that's why incantations while you're doing physical movement make such a difference, because they ingrain themselves then into your body. And so they become your body and they become your future reality. So not trying to get too hocus pocusy on you this morning right away at 4:45, 4:50, but understand that this is more than just here's where I want to go and here's what I want to do with my life. These thoughts and ideas become every part of your life. And, you can make a living or you can design a life. And most people spend their weeks just trying to make a living. Most people spend their weeks just trying to pay their bills and get by, and that's all that they're trying to do, and they're not designing a life. And here's the other reality. You either design your life or you become part of somebody else's design. Now, we all do both, right? We do both of those things. But if you're going to become part of somebody else's design, do it intentionally. Become part of that team because you want to, not because you weren't paying attention and then you ended up becoming part of somebody else's plan. If all you're doing is going to the bars, if all you're doing is thinking about things that really don't further your goals, if that's all you're focusing on, if you're not focusing on your relationships, if you're not focusing on personal growth all the time, then you're going to become part of somebody else's plan. We've used the farmer and the gardener analogy a million times, and that's because it's accurate. If you're going to have a glorious garden, whether it's a flower garden or a vegetable garden, how much effort does it take at the beginning? It takes a ton. You got to do all the work in the world. Now, once you get it going, does it take as much effort? No, but is it something that you have to check on daily? Absolutely. Now, some days you walk up, take a look at it, and it's fine. But some days it needs a lot of work. Some days it needs watering. Some days it needs weeding. Same is true with yourself, and it's how you should start every day. Every day should start with, what am I doing today? What are my outcomes today? How am I going to take care of myself physically today? What's going to happen today to further my goals? And to start that, it should be incantations, values, belief, roles, goals at an intensity. The more intense that we do these things, the more that they're going to ingrain into our body and the more difference that we're going to make. Don't make a living, folks. Design a life. 10 years from now, we're all going to arrive. You and me, we're going to arrive. It's a matter of how. Are we going to arrive having lived a full life and done what we've wanted to do with our life? Are we going to look back and say, I wish I woulda and I wish I coulda? One of Tony's favorites is something that he took from Jim Rohn. Some people are going down the path and they've got their oar and they've got their map and they're rowing their canoe with everything they can. And they get themselves where they want to be. Some people, they're in a boat with no oars and they just go with the flow of the water. Then they get 10 feet from a waterfall and say, man, I wish I would have done something different with my life. So this is our wake-up call, to use Gordon Gekko's language. Go to work, but go to work on yourself. Start your day ingraining these ideas into your body. That vibration will make you healthier, it'll make you stronger, it'll make you happier, and then that will disperse to everything around. Remember, we attract success. We attract the people in our life that we want to have. If you want to have the right relationship, start with yourself, and then the right person will show up. If you need the right people in your business, start with yourself, and then the right people can show up. I can attest to both of those. Have a great Thursday, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Andy, Miranda, Dave, good to see you, brother. You haven't been here for a little bit. Andy mentioned things I got a lot of people. Cousin, thank you very much for watching. Dolores, I will see you tomorrow. And Kelly, thank you very much for watching also. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Let's all take care of each other because we are in this together. I'm going to read your notes here quick. Thanks, guys.